statement would want to be made about the, yes. Yeah, sorry, I missed
I
the.
still don't have the red is on and white is off thing. So inquiries were received regarding the Carly Lloyd event. So the public is aware an investigation has been opened and the township has and is fully and completely cooperating with the investigation. We are eagerly awaiting its conclusion. Until such time as the matter is concluded, however, any further dialogue about this matter will only tend to frustrate the purposes of the investigation, and that is not in anyone's best interest for that to happen. During the pendency of the investigation, with all due respect, no further comment will be made by this body. When the investigation concludes, the township will comment as it deems appropriate at that time, and the public will, of course, be fully advised of the outcome of this investigation. So I appreciate your understanding of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark, for summarizing that for us. Appreciate your diligence handling. Duff,
Yes,
back again.
I love this town. I do.
You're always welcome.
Got family here, got a lot of friends here. My name is Patrick Duff, and I am a nomadic warrior who likes to travel around the state of New Jersey and try to help people, in a sense, right? Here I want to help. By the way, I mean, what a cop-out tonight. To say that you can't answer questions due to an investigation that was started back in February, but tonight when Patrick Duff shows back up, you just can't answer any more questions. That's a cop-out. Let's just ask a simple question here. I mean, because it's pretty easy to think about this. On your bill list, it says that you paid at least $17,000 to hire Mr. Bellina. Is there any other costs associated, or is that just the bill list for this month for that? Or is there other costs associated?
I'm not sure about the specific cost you're referencing unless I look at it. But
Yeah.
we retained, when our previous administrator retired, while we were looking for applicants, there was no applicants that applied, or if anyone, I don't think anyone applied, right? And then we retained what's the name of the firm? Government.
The name of the firm is Government Strategies Incorporated.
Government Strategies Incorporated. There are two roles. One was to put in a temporary position, Jeff's position, and then two was to recruit. And they did both of those roles, and that's likely what you're referring to.
Yeah, so, and the reason why I say this, and I own businesses, a bunch of you folks actually own businesses. I have a restaurant, I have a nightclub. I would never hire a part-time manager. You're the town manager. You're supposed to be the one that watches everything that goes on here. Now, if you had a part-time manager at a restaurant, how successful do you think that restaurant would be? How about a Target? Part-time manager at a Target? Not a chance. Okay? People would walk all over every single manager in that building because the actual manager is not there. Now, you have admitted that the last 8 months have been hell, basically, because of bad administration, bad, let's say, calls by Sal, right? Literally, I just got a letter unredacted that proved everything I said, that said that the Dunphy case, the filing of it, was frivolous, that should have never been filed in the first place, but the township wound up paying $300K at it, you know? So, quick question, Mr. Bellina, because now you're here. Have you looked into the Dunphy investigation at all and to see what happened and if the township filed the insurance on time or not?
Mr. Duff,
Are we not allowed to talk about that too?
Mr.
No,
Duff,
I'm happy
Yeah.
to talk about that, sir.
I don't think there's a reason to be adversarial, but
Oh, yeah, no.
You were adversarial to Barb, I'll tell you that.
Mark, if you could please take a
Sure. Not adversarial,
explain what's
sir.
going on.
So a prerogative writ was filed by an applicant whose application for zoning approval was denied, Dunphy. A prerogative writ is the mechanism by which someone files in Superior Court to challenge municipal action. A prerogative writ is never covered by insurance. It's an exclusion under the JIF. It's just not covered, not just in Delran, but literally
But
nowhere.
did you see, so when did Delran contact the insurance company?
The plaintiff prevailed on that action and then communicated with the township asserting a number of new claims and seeking 7 figures in compensation. No lawsuit was ever filed. The township carefully considered plaintiff's demands and rather than deal with a very expensive, protracted piece of litigation, it made an informed decision to engage in pre-litigation settlement discussions with plaintiffs' counsel. There's nothing unusual about
Can I ask you, though?
litigation settlement.
when they were in these discussions? Who was having the discussions?
Counsel for plaintiff and counsel for,
Al Soliciano, who was also the counsel for the planning board, correct?
I can't speak to that.
Yes, he was. So he was negotiating his own settlement.
Incorrect.
That is correct. You just said it. Who was negotiating the settlement?
Sir,
Who was negotiating
the
it?
former town solicitor and the former business administrator acted in good faith. They did so. In
Did they
full
contact the
conformity
insurance in time?
with all of their professional obligations, and they communicated with the township's insurance company.
When?
The township council was remained fully appraised of all the claims and settlement efforts. The parties reached an arm's length resolution. There was no admission of any finding of any wrongdoing by anyone whatsoever.
Did the insurance deny the claim?
Insurance made a contribution towards.
Did the insurance deny the claim? So if nobody made a mistake,
Made a contribution.
they denied it at first.
The parties
Correct.
reached an amicable resolution.
Can you stop reading that?
No.
I mean, this is ridiculous.
Exactly what
Can I have
I do, sir.
my time has been yielded, hopefully, and let me
Your time is almost expired, so I'm.
well, he's spoken for most of the time.
Well, that you,
The settlement
on
was
now.
Approved by. in
Come
a
on
public
now.
Setting, at a public vote, at a public meeting, at which time at least one council person made a public statement about the settlement. Members of the community may believe that it was, too much money was spent. I'm sure plaintiff would think otherwise.
It's not about the money spent.
Mr. Duff, let him finish and then we'll let you have some fleeting thoughts, okay? To be fair, go ahead. Are you,
I think I'm done for the moment.
So I'll tell you how.
you're over five, so we can,
The insurance company says that Delran should have contacted him when the prerogative writ was filed, but you didn't. The township not only didn't contact him when the prerogative writ was filed, they didn't contact him until March 12th of 2021, after there was already closed session meetings discussing the settlement, after there's already settlement negotiations. The reason why the insurer says that they denied the claim is because it was not filed on time. And the reason why they made a contribution, quote unquote, kickback, was because the township threatened litigation or go to arbitration over the denial of the claim. So to say nothing was done wrong, if it wasn't done wrong, there would be no denial of the claim. If there was nothing done wrong, you'd not pay $300,000 to somebody. That's ridiculous. And to state, and I'm going to finish this off, to state that you cannot have conversations tonight, as I show up for the first time in 3-4 months, about the Carly Lloyd event, about the bid splitting. Listen, the mayor is the one that promised he was going to answer the questions on bid splitting, on hiring his nephew. By the way, you just hired somebody else. Don't call me Francis, went through Alex Glover. Isn't that right?
they did not,
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
I think he's their manager. But to finish, this is just in finishing,
Yeah, let's wrap this
for me to show up here for the first time in 3 months, and you to say that there's now investigation going on, and then admit the investigation's been going on since February. What a cop-out, man. And then to read a prepared statement and not answer the questions. The insurer was not contacted on time. That's why it was denied. The taxpayers footed the bill of $300,000.
right.
And they should have never had to do that.
That is your opinion, sir, and you're entitled to it.
That is the facts.
I disagree.
Sue me. Sue me.
I don't need
All
to
right,
sue
great,
you.
thank you.
You can't, because it's the facts.
Any other comment from members of the public? Seeing none,